We have British citizens and legal immigrants, taxpayers, law-abiding individuals living in conditions that are not fit for human habitation. Where is the outrage? Where's the Human Rights Brigade? Where's the army of charities and lawyers? Where are the virtue-signalling councillors and MPs? It's not just me asking these questions, but the residents of Meath Court, a shipping container site in Acton, Ealing, West London. Now, I spoke to a lady who had to flee violence, a man who she claims is still on the run and poses a very real threat to her and her young children. She claims that Ealing Council told her that they had secured her a 2-bedroom flat, which sounds all right, doesn't it? But what she discovered was a shipping container riddled with damp, showers and bathroom facilities so poor that some people on that site have to wash using a bucket. There is an infestation of cockroaches and other bugs. On one side of the roughly 60 container facility, there is a rampant drug dealing problem, which we actually have obtained footage of. Drug users live in the laundry room, and in some cases as well, it appears that sex workers perform sexual acts in and around the bin store. One woman was allegedly pushed off the top of one of the container blocks recently and had to be resuscitated by paramedics. It is not known whether or not she survived. All of this, by the way, is happening in full view of the children who are forced to live in this site as well. And despite having several young children and in danger from an ex-partner, this lady and others like her were placed on a site without proper security. Shockingly, she is not classed as being on a Band A or Band B housing waiting list, meaning that she and others like her are not deemed to be a priority for social housing. In 2019, the leader of Labour-run Ealing Council, Councillor Peter Mason, welcomed the arrival of shipping containers converted into, quotes, innovative emergency accommodation in Ealing, which provided, they said, stable, comfortable environments to house people. The council has been very vocal about the lengths that it goes to accommodate new arrivals from places like Afghanistan and Ukraine, and the local MP, Rupert Huck, is even keen and has previously spoken about an amnesty for illegal immigrants. Well, the reality is, however, that vulnerable British citizens and legal migrants are being left behind. I spoke to one lady whose identity we are protecting due to the aforementioned family circumstances, who said that it's absolute hell to live at Meath Court. And she also spoke how she feels about being a Brit at the back of the queue.
I came down here in the evening because they gave me the full address. So I said, let me go and have a look. When I came here, I said, is this a joke? I walked around and the gates were open, so I walked through. And when I looked around, I said, this can't be the same address. This cannot be the same address. Then I saw someone, a tenant at the time, and I was like, excuse me, is this the right address? And she said, yes. And I said, is this shipping containers? And she said, yes. And I said, oh my God, they're putting me in containers. It's absolute hell. It's your worst nightmare. Honestly, it's like living in a prison, a mental hospital. That's how it feels. It's frightening, it's scary. You can't live a normal life. The children are traumatized. My son even, says to me, Mummy, why is there police here again? Why are they here? Are they coming? I'm like, no, they're not coming. But I have to try to cover it well, but you can't. You walk outside and there's police on the corner. They're at someone's door, they're doing police raids. You can't escape it. The drug use as well and the sexual acts that are happening on the actual premises, that's traumatizing, and children are witnessing this. One of my neighbours witnessed a sexual act being performed in our bin area and she had her son with her. That's disgusting. My kids have seen 2 drug users doing heroin downstairs. Anyone can walk in. The gates were completely broken. I'll say about 2 months ago, they fixed the gates downstairs and they're broken again. Yeah. But it's quite pointless because people are jumping over the drug dealers, the drug users, and they're breaking the gates. They're forcing it open and they're putting bricks and stuff to wedge the gate so anyone can just walk in. And on a daily basis, you're seeing people that don't live here, and also drug dealers that the council are aware of. The building manager is aware of it. I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. It's just not a nice environment to live in at all. And as you said, there's not a single camera. And as we are in this building, there's not a smoke alarm either. There's not a single smoke alarm. Right. I've never had a smoke alarm. There's never been any inspections. There's no fire extinguisher. There's no signs for like a fire exit. There's nothing. Nothing at all.
If they were put in places like this, there would be outrage, right? How do you feel about that? Because it doesn't really feel like people are standing up for you as much.
It's just not fair. It's really not fair. Like, we live here. We are born and bred here. We pay our taxes. You know, we just do what we're meant to be doing. Do you understand? And then people are coming from other countries. I understand they're fleeing from, you know, trauma and stuff. I do understand. And they should be entitled to every bit of help. But when it comes to housing, why are they getting brand new flats, brand new houses on the spot? Yeah. And they can argue and say, oh, but that's not true. It is true. It is true. It is true. Yeah. And it's a very harsh reality of this country. A country like this, a whole UK, a rich country like this with a monarchy.
And that was just one lady that I spoke to. Over the course of the show, I will be playing you several other clips as well and showing you some even more disturbing footage. But earlier today, I contacted the local MP, Rupert Huck. Now, she was unavailable for an interview, OK. However, her office sent me a letter that she sent to Ealing Council last month. Now, in the letter, Rupert Huck wrote that a number of her constituents had complained about issues involving drug use and alcohol. She also said that she'd been alerted to problems with the cleaning of Meath Court. Say that again. The electrics and the mould. I also contacted Ealing Council. I am still waiting for a reply from them. But it was absolute chaos there. It was absolute chaos. And that was emphasised, actually, by, whilst I was there, a lady who was doing the cleaning on the outside of the area tripped over, as you can see, just the debris and junk that's around some netting. But kids run around in this, right? Kids are running around in this as well. She tripped over, she busted her knee, they had to get an ambulance, she had to go to hospital. In the next hour, I'm going to be showing you some of the insect infestations that these poor people are having to live in, the fact that drug addicts are sleeping in their laundry room, all of it. This is going on right now. We've got people right now in this country living like that, Brits and people who've come here legally, people who pay their taxes, who work hard, who have done everything right, and they are not a priority for housing, OK? And it appears, from what I can see, like the local council, well, they're not doing a lot, are they? They've been there for years, some of those people. They're not doing a lot. The local MP, she says what? She's talking to the council, right, OK. Well, in the meantime, you've got vulnerable people just living like that. Something has to change. Our priorities have to change, don't they?